Hi, I'm Michelle Sparks with you. Thanks for your company. Today I just want to share a letter from someone who's been watching the YouTube videos I've been creating and just want to answer it online. So she says that she's 21 years old. She's been suffering from anorexia since December 2014. I have been trying to recover on my own for just over half a year, and even though I'm eating more than I used to, I'm still restricting and limiting myself. I used to be this girl who would eat whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted, and was still slim. And now, excuse me, now I am constantly checking calories, fat and sugar. It is really ruining my relationships with friends and family, and I really want to get out of this mindset. I just don't know how. And I really don't feel comfortable with telling my family, friends, or even my family doctor. Okay. Hey SB, number one, thank you so much for your email, and I hear you. You're 21. Sounds like you've been diagnosed with anorexia. You've had some help by the sound of it because you've been trying to recover now on your own for the last half a year. You're eating more, you're still restricting, and you're asking how you can get free from the mindset. It's really annoying you. What I would suggest from just reading your email, SB, is that you are still restricting. So in order to get free from the mindset, you know, the mindset grows. That mindset, that counting calories comes as you buy into the eating disorder solution to life, to painful self-experience. I'll just come back and show you this model that I created in the 90s just to sort of explain how an eating disorder functions. So when we start on the eating disorder cycle, we start restricting, and we do that over a period of time, which you would have experienced with the anorexia. We develop all sorts of things, including that mindset, that counting calories, that rigidity, that black and whiteness, that inflexibility that goes with that territory. To lose that mindset, you can't just turn it off. You've actually got to start to deal with both the behaviours and the underlying self-experience. In my view, an eating disorder, disordered eating experience, begins usually with us feeling not too okay about ourselves in some way. It doesn't have to be starting with an intense, it often is quite innocent unfolding. We just feel better as we start to restrict food, and if a little feels good, more will feel better. We don't have other ways to deal with difficult life circumstances and painful self-experience. So we get on this eating disorder treadmill. And the longer we stay on that, the more we get that mindset, the counting the calories, etc., etc. Now, it sounds like you are still restricting. You're not restricting as much, but you are still restricting. So you are still on the cycle. As long as you stay on the cycle, you will not lose that mindset. You will not have freedom. To get free, to recover, you need to get off the cycle, which means you need to start to eat regularly. You need to, I know that sounds really challenging for people in this space. So you've got to do a couple of things. You've got to do things that work together. You've got to deal with the fruit of the problem and the root of the problem. You've got to deal with the underlying self-experience and the beliefs and the thinking that keep you going on the cycle, that keep you restricting, that stop you from eating more freely. You've got to get rid of the cognitive controls on your eating and start to listen to your body. But that happens as you deal with both your heart and the behaviour at the same time. You know, you really need a holistic approach, so that, because how you eat should actually come with freedom. It comes from an internal space. It is an internally generated space. You are listening to your body, which has an amazing wisdom about what you need to eat and when. You lose touch with that on the eating disorder path. And to get back in touch with that, you do initially need to develop a regular meal plan and start to tackle the stuff that is stopping you from keeping that. So I have developed, you know, a 4x4 Freedom Keys, a course that would be really good for you to check out, because it goes through the 4 keys and it gives you 4 actionable steps to take to help you start to deal with both this and this, to come off the cycle and deal with the underlying self-experience so that you can start to recover your life. Long story short, in this brief video, SB, what I do want to say to you is to get rid of the mindset. You need a holistic approach that deals with both the restricting and the underlying thinking and feeling that keeps you, and self-experience that keeps you locked in that space. It's fantastic that you are eating more. It really is. Now, you said that you are not even telling your doctor. I would encourage you, if you are, you said you are eating more. I don't know what you're doing, but I would encourage anyone who's struggling in the eating disorder space to talk to their doctor. And if you don't have a doctor you can talk to, then you may need to find one that you can talk to, because if you are restricting, purging, or doing any of the eating disorder behaviours, they can really jeopardise your physical health and well-being, and they can mess with your psychology as well. So it's really good, important to have that medical supervision. So I just want to say that as well. Anyway, hope that helps. Love to hear more. Shoot me back an email, and anyone else who's listening, I'd love to be able to support you in this space, this free online space. It would be my pleasure to do that. So all the best.